Hello everyone, this will be a comparison video between the X Cube 4 and the Shengshou 4x4 version 3. Now, in my opinion, I love these cubes. Probably the best cubes out there, just in my opinion, guys. You might love another cube better, but for this video, I'm just comparing these two. Now, the best one, let's compare stickers first. They both came with regular stickers, so they both had the same quality stickers, I believe. Out of the box, though, the best one out of the box will be the Shengshou version 3, because it was already fast out of the box. You know, pretty good cube out of the box, except the problem was the lockups that it had. But this one out of the box, well, was the worst one out of the box. Okay, so size comparison, the X Cube is smaller than the Shengshou. It is the same size as an Ishin. The X Cube is. Let me just close up. Yeah, okay. So, this is the Ishin, this is the X Cube, and this is the Shengshou. It's bigger than both of them. And then size comparison to a 3x3. Let me try to zoom in more. There we go. That's the size comparison. This is a 3x3 X Cube, Shengshou version 3. There we go. So now that we did all that, they both have the same weight to them. I would say I'm not sure which one's heavier. Okay, let's go over turning and all that stuff. After I modified this, lubricated, tensioned it, started turning great. Outer layers are crispy, but turns fast. Inner layers are even crispier and have good speed, but a little tiny bit slower than the outer layers. But nonetheless, it turns well, though. Okay, so this one though, I didn't have to modify this one. The Shengshou version 3, all I had to do was just tension it and lube it. So, turns well. It is kind of crispy, but way smoother than the X Cube 4, I'd say. Outer layers turn fast, inner layers turn fast. Fast cube. Which one's faster? The Shengshou may be a tad bit faster than the X Cube. Just, you know, admitting what I believe what I believe. So I think the Shengshou version 3 is faster than the X Cube 4, but not by a tremendous amount. Just know that it is faster, maybe by a little bit. So corner cutting. Let's start with the X Cube. The X Cube corner cut's about there. Maybe I can get it a little bit more. Right, about there. Best right there. Inner layers for this one, about there. Right there, best. Corner cutting for the Shengshou. So remember, guys, tensions do affect how things cut. So my Shengshou right now can cut about there, and that's about max. The inner layers about there. So right now the X Cube, the outer layers are cutting better, but the inner layers are about the same on corner cutting. Both of these cubes don't really reverse cut. Not really. No. Pops and lockups. Okay, so let's discuss popping. The X Cube 4 does have some pop into it, but with the right tensions, it decreased popping a lot. And the only pops you may get is the edge piece coming out. It's the only pops you may get with the right tensions. The Shengshou 4x4 version 3 really doesn't pop. It has an anti-mechanism for popping, so it's not gonna really pop on you like probably ever when you're solving. Well, it shouldn't. Lockups, which this X Cube doesn't really lock up except when you're trying to reverse corner cut. That's not really locking up, that's just catching, because you know see that? That's all. The Shengshou have a slight lockup to it. Sometimes I'm just turning and it just locks up a little on the outer layers like that. and then it catches when I'm trying to reverse corner cut. So I'd say the X-Cube, the Shengshou 4x4, has more lockups to it. That is a slight problem with the Shengshous, is that they kind of do have lockups to them. The X-Cube 4 is better is better in terms of it has less lockups in my opinion. So I guess I will show you guys the mechanism. Oh, I forgot that this is hard to get out. See, this has an anti-popping mechanism, so the piece is kind of hard to get out. And hope no one gets mad at me for doing this, popping it out like that, risking breaking the piece. But this is how a X-Cube 4 looks, and this is how a Shengshou looks. See that anti-popping little thing on there? And the gosh, this is how an X-Cube 4 what do you call this piece? Middle piece looks, centerpiece. And this is how the X-Cube 4, sorry, the Shengshou. This is the X-Cube 4 piece, and this is the Shengshou piece. See that little tab thing right there? I don't know what that is. That stick that's poking down makes it look different, unique. And corner looks like this for the Shengshou, and the corner for the X-Cube is a little harder to take out. So this is the corner for the X-Cube. So let's compare the pieces close together. X-Cube is this one. Shengshou is this one. Centerpiece. X-Cube is this one. Shengshou is this one. And edge. X-Cube is this one. Shengshou is this one. So that is how the pieces look on both cubes. So let me just put these cubes together. I guess it is kind of hard to talk while you're putting a piece together, but I will try. Oh, one thing is when you put in the piece back for the Shengshou, it is kind of hard for me. Maybe I'm not that strong or something. Maybe I'm a weak link. Okay, so cubes are back together. So the overall performance of both of these cubes and my overall thoughts. The X-Cube, after modification and breaking in and lubricating, I love how it turns. Oh, sorry guys, bad example. I'm on camera. I love the overall performance of the X-Cube, to be honest. It's a crispy cube, but I love that. And the overall performance of the Shengshou is also good. Smooth. Once you work out those annoying lockups, it becomes really good. And the right tensions actually takes away some lockups too. So both of these cubes are really good. To be honest, they're both great cubes. Which one would I recommend more? I have no idea really. I love the feeling of the X-Cube because it has a smaller size. I like that smaller size. But the Shengshou, I have to admit, is a really good cube too. It turns well once you work out the lockups. You know, it gets great, like I just said. So for prices, the Shengshou is way cheaper. But the X-Cube has higher quality in plastic, I believe. So based on the information I gave you about these two cubes, you can go out and decide which one you want. This is cheaper, this is more expensive, this is smaller, this is larger, this is crispier, this is a tad bit crispy, this is a little faster, this is a little slower. The corner cutting on this is better, I believe. Corner cutting on this is worse. This pops, this doesn't pop. None of them miss a lines at all. Yeah. This locks a little more. Did I say that? This locks a little more. I love both of them, but this is my main speed cube. and this is my backup. So I just love the feeling of this. As I said 1,000 times, feels so comfortable in my hands, feels so right in my hands. Sounds so crazy, but yeah guys, that is my comparison of the two. Based on this comparison, you can decide which one you like better, but both are awesome cubes. So thanks guys for watching. Bye.